Okay, now we're getting to the greatest part of it, the part of the defense that I love the most because I'm the defensive back coach. So yeah, I put a lot of emphasis in the defensive backs because they are what they call the backbone of the defense. Defensive backbone, pun. Okay, we have what they call a proverbial cover two. You got two safeties over the top, two corners outside. And those two guys are lucky. And the reason why the Rover is so great in this defense is he takes away that what they call intermediate passing game. My Rover, if he reads pass, he drops back in his short zone and he covers anything over the middle, crossing his face right there. Now my cornerbacks are free to cover anything deep, any outside out cuts, anything like that. That's why I say it's so great to have those two Rovers instead of two defensive ends. And you got to find a kid that's, what I say, to play that Rover position, smart, quick, willing to put his head in there and not be afraid to, let him know, don't come down the alley. The alley's always covered by the Rover. The alley is what I call that area in between the numbers and the hash. That is the alley. And your Rover will play that alley just like it's his home. Your corners will play the outside, and like I said, they will play 6 yards from the ball. And when they're going to play 6 yards, they're going to play in a technique what they call a butt to the sideline, read and trail. They're never ever going to be straight up on the guy because I feel like if you straight up on the guy, he does some kind of crazy ass move or crazy move and he gets by you, now you're in a trail position. And I don't like my corners to be in a trail position because they always throw underneath on trail positions. So if he's at that 45-degree angle, butt to the sideline, and he's looking back into the defense, he's never in a trail position to lose where he needs to be at or what he needs to see to read and help to cover the defense. Because their coverage is always a crossing, what I call an exchange coverage. So let's just say we have two wide receivers to the same side. All right, that'll be a dub. The Rover will take that inside guy, okay? Say they cross. Now the Rover takes all inside routes automatically, which helps out the corner. Now all he has to read is an out or up. You see how you made the defense very simple? You don't put that much pressure on nobody and everybody keeps it right there in that box. So working with the safety over the top on the hash, and you got the corner sitting in his 45 reading back in, and you got your Rover sitting right there in what they call the proverbial alley. He's taking away the slant. He's taking away that post, that quick post, or anything coming across the middle inside that 10-yard box on what they call the alley. That's what the Rover's taking care of. Now, when you have that alley play, you have your Rover, your corner. They're going to work in session. Even if that route comes from the other side, your linebackers are reading all the way across, exchange, out. That corner lets that guy, if he crosses all the way across and he gets right there outside of that coverage, he lets it go and he reads the next thing coming across. That's why we have the exchange in. It's an exchanging of routes. So if we have double inside routes and that Rover picks up that guy and that wide receiver comes in that slant, he drags across, now he exchanges over to the linebacker and he waits for the next thing coming. He's not worried about an outside route, he's worried about that inside box. So that helps out with a lot of the stuff that's going on as far as defensively. We don't have to worry about overthinking inside routes. We don't have, and anything over the top, that's why we have a safety sitting over there. Now, like I said, there's two levels to the defense. We just talked about the outside with the corners and the Rovers. The Rovers play a significant part in the passing defense as far as shutting down the defense, shutting down the passing game intermediate. The corners play a significant role with playing any out routes and up routes. So they're reading 45 and backing up. Anything inside, they can jump it. We don't get beat on any of those, what they call slant routes, because we take away the slant with the Rover sitting right there. And the Rover's up on the line because he's popcorning. He's reading the 45 inside too. It's very important to understand that there's two levels to the defensive back. There's that intermediate level where we have the corners Rovers working together. Then we have the top level, which we have the safeties and the corners working together. We'll get into the next video about the safeties and the corners here in a little bit, and the next one, because it's important to understand there's two parts of that defensive back defense. All right, that's Coach Hamburger of Hamburger Hill Sports. We want you to reach the top of your goals, and we can help you get there. One thing I like about it is this: we never give up, never quit, never accept defeat.